Hey everyone, welcome back to Geek Strong. In today's video, it's all about the Ewok battle wagon. So what do you say? Let's do this! If you are like me and you collect vintage Star Wars, then you know all about the Ewok battle wagon from 1984. Battle wagon may have not been in Return of the Jedi, but I believe it was in the animated series. Check out that episode and let me know in the comments if it's a good episode. I don't think I've seen it, but I might watch it after I do this video. You probably have seen the box art from Power of the Force line, but could you imagine what the Ewoks line would look like if they released the battle wagon with the box art for the Ewoks? That would have been pretty cool. I think I would like it better in the Ewoks line than the Power of the Force. Prices for an original battle wagon definitely can be costly. But did you know that Kenner made a Robin Hood Prince of Thieves battle wagon back in 1991? You know Kenner, they like to reuse their molds. So this is a good solution if you're on a budget like me. You can get battle wagon for a decent price. Okay, I know what you're saying. Well, the Robin Hood battle wagon doesn't come with the skull or the cage. Well, if you're patient, sometimes you might be lucky and you might find a cage online for a decent price like I did. Check this out. Here we have the battle wagon cage and I got it for under 30 bucks, $21.50 plus shipping. That was a good score, so I am super happy to have that, and it fits perfectly on the Robin Hood battle wagon. Look at that. So I'm almost complete. I just need a skull. I did a search on eBay, and luckily for me, I found a seller that 3D prints the skull and tusk. MadeLikeOld. Check them out on eBay and Instagram. First impressions, it looks good. Look at that. It's actually bigger than I thought, and it feels pretty durable. I was thinking that it would have been kind of fragile, but no, this feels definitely sturdy. I'm actually really surprised at the size. I didn't know the skull was this big. It comes with 2 separate tusks, which is pretty cool. So if you need only those tusks, they sell that separate. All right, let's put the tusks in, see how easy this is. That one goes in real easy. The other one, a little bit more difficult, but goes in pretty good. Look at that. Not bad at all. The seller did say that it is a little loose, and I believe that's how the original was, so you can take them out very easily without breaking it. But I think if you probably wanted it to stay in one position, you could probably add a little hot glue in the back. You know me and hot glue. I love hot glue. It's cool because hot glue, you can add it, and then if you don't want it, you can always scrape it away and it comes off. It's not permanent. The detail looks really good. It has a little flexibility to it, so that's nice. It's not like super stiff. It doesn't feel like it's going to snap in your hand. So yeah, I'm definitely impressed, and I like it. It's going to make a great addition to the collection. All right, let's get the Robin Hood battle wagon out. I paid under 40 bucks for this. It was probably around 20 bucks, I bet I paid. Got a great deal. So searching again on the eBay stores or any other like Macari's or anything like that, you can probably get the Robin Hood battle wagon for a decent price. But look at that. Again, the roof isn't the exact same on the Robin Hood versus the Ewok Village, but it fits on top pretty nice. Again, the original Ewok one had a couple of spots where this skull would snap into or set into. This one doesn't have that. The Robin Hood doesn't, but it actually sits on pretty nice as it is. Especially if you're just going to have it on your shelf. It's going to look great. Look at that. That lowers and raises pretty cool. And just like the Ewok, it kind of like stops at the teeth of the skull. So if you wanted to, you could just lift up the skull and bring it back further, just like that. So look at that. Looks great. I love it. The white looks good. So I'm pretty impressed with this. Again, I was kind of unsure on the 3D printed. I wasn't sure if it was going to be fragile, but no, this looks good. And again, you can see inside the skull, it has a couple of posts in there that sit pretty nicely. But the Ewok one would have like a couple of holes where those posts would sit into. But it just kind of sits on top of the Robin Hood version, which is decent. I mean, it's nice and level. Look at that. Looks great. But let me know in the comments, are you interested in purchasing a original Ewok, or do you mind spending a little bit less and getting a version that'll look nice on your shelf like I just did? Because I think this is fantastic. I mean, I can't afford spending like anywhere from $800 to $1,000 for an Ewok version, but to spend like, I mean, between everything, all the parts and stuff, probably definitely under $200 you could get away with everything. Still a few more pieces that I ordered that should be. I'll show you that later on. But yeah, this looks fantastic. Love it. I am not being sponsored by the seller, but I did contact them after I purchased this item, and I let them know that I was going to make a video for my YouTube channel about the product, and I asked them if they want to possibly put out a promotional code or give my viewers a discount if they're interested in any of the items that they sell. And sure enough, they were excited about that, so they gave me a promotional code. So just type in geek-strong and you will get 15% off of your purchase of any item that you get from the eBay store. So that's pretty cool. So thank you for that. I think that's an awesome, awesome thing to do. So as I said before, the Robin Hood roof is definitely different than the Star Wars Ewok version. For one, the Robin Hood only has one of those cranks on top. The Ewok has two. The second one would actually be for the battering ram, but for some reason the Robin Hood version doesn't have that. So I think you got to kind of pull it from just the string itself. But actually, I'm fine with that. I don't need another crank for the top. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could probably drill another hole and place another crank there. I probably won't do that, but I guess it's an option if you wanted to. The image on the left is the Robin Hood version. The image on the right is the Ewok version. So you can see where the cranks would fit. You could fit two on the right Ewok version. Again, with the image on the left for the Robin Hood, it doesn't have the spots where you could put the skull like the Ewok version, but it still sits in there nice. The skull that I did purchase from the eBay seller is for the Ewok Battle Wagon. So it's not for this. Even though I'm using it for this, it still works good. There are a couple dimples on the base of the Battle Wagon where a ladder can sit right in there, just like both versions. The Ewok had it and the Robin Hood version, so that looks pretty cool. I like it. So you would think the drum for the Ewok village would fit and be the same for the Battle Wagon, but it's not. So this is the Ewok village drum, but it definitely doesn't fit. It's not even the same drum. Look at that. So the drum on the right is for the Battle Wagon. It definitely looks a lot different, huh? From a different seller, I purchased the original side panels, a drum, and a crank from the Robin Hood Battle Wagon. So you know I purchased the skull. So I'm pretty impressed by it. So I went and I purchased a drum. So I'm pretty excited about that. Can't wait for that to arrive. But they have a lot of items on their eBay store. So check it out. They have a ton of Star Wars. Look at this. I was actually blown away when I checked out everything that they have here. And who knows, maybe they're going to continue making more items that we need. Who knows, maybe even if you need something, make a suggestion. Contact the seller on the eBay store or Instagram saying, hey, I need this part. Is there any way you can make that for me? So who knows? It's definitely a friendly person I've been talking through on the messaging on eBay. They have a commercial on their Instagram page that's pretty cool. I have it in this video. Unfortunately, I have to do a voiceover because they have music and it'll give me a copyright. So here is my voice on their commercial. Check this out. Are you sick of crappy reproduction parts? There's a better way. High flexibility resin, easy assembly. Over 50 different parts. Check out MadeLikeOld on Instagram and eBay. Use promotional code GeekStrong to get an additional 15% off. So how'd I do? Did you like that commercial? I think it was pretty good. So I'm pretty excited about this. I think it looks great. I think the Battle Wagon's coming together just fine. Few more items that I need to finish it off, and I think it looks great. It's gonna look great in the collection. I'm pretty excited about it. Again, it's a cheaper version for me. Again, if you need to get the skull for your original Ewok Battle Wagon, this is a good solution, man. A cheap price. Instead of spending $500 for the original, why not get a 3D printed version? Great quality, great. I like it, man. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, I see a little bit of the 3D printed lines in it. Very faint, not too bad. Again, I don't own a lot of 3D printed items, so I'm not really sure of the process. I mean, maybe it's something that you could sand down a little bit to make it perfectly smooth. Maybe the original had a little bit of texture to it, so I'm not really sure. I've never seen an original Battle Wagon in person, but I'm happy about my purchase. Again, if you're interested in any item from the store, type in Geek-Strong and get 15% off. So thank you, I appreciate that, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. Remember, we are all Geek Strong. Take care, everyone.